funny place.
With friends.
Listen, there's a 2-inch tall little creature, and you create him from your imagination. He's very funny. Whenever you say a joke, he laughs at it. And he thinks of a cooler joke, and you always feel good about him. And he runs around really fast, and he makes you happy. He does all these cool little tricks for you. He can do like all these neat little tricks. You tell him what to do. But then one day, you're in this pocket dimension, and you look behind you, and the zipper to the pocket dimension, you look and he's on the outside in the real world waving at you, smiling, and he zips you in the dimension.
Woo!
So the question is, Chris, what do you do then?
There's nothing that you can do. There's literally not a single thing you can do about that.
But he's dressing like you in the real world, even though he's 2 inches tall. He's trying to
steal your life.
He's trying to steal your life.
I'd be pissed. That'd be infuriating.
If you could shake your fist and say one thing to him, what would you say to him?
Let's say, could you please Could you please stop doing that? You're ruining my fucking life.
If you yelled that loud at him, he would die. You'd kill him.
The vibrations would burst his eardrums.
He'd pass out. It would change the fucking air pressure on his head.
You would literally collapse his skull from
Okay,
that.
no, all right, you gotta think about this. You're being zipped up into a pocket dimension forever. No! Pretty much the best thing you could say to him, right, would be something that would keep him paranoid for, like, the rest of his life. So, like, you could yell something at him, and I'd probably have to go home and think about this for hours to get the perfect phrasing. But you'd have to yell something to the effect of, "You don't want to see what happens when you come through the back door," or something like that, like insinuating.
You're saying this little man's heart would race.
Basically, just something like, "I created this pocket dimension, right? There's a way out of it, but if I go through it, I'm not going to come out human." So, like, just some kind of, like, sinister implication.
He's already on the other side waving at you.
Yeah, well, like, some kind of non-verifiable claim, I guess, where it's like, I'm gonna be, like, haunting you, basically. But since you created the pocket dimension, you gotta assume he doesn't know the fucking rules of it, right?
He's in a pocket dimension. He's not even real.
Wait, Chris, here's a real question, right? You go home. This is for both of you. You go home for the holidays, and you see your family. They're doing great, and your uncle is like, "Hey, can you go grab me that over there?" And he puts his hand in his coat, and he pulls out a little character. The little guy runs, and he grabs the thing for him, brings it back to him, and puts it back in his pocket. But nobody else saw it except for you. Would you say anything?
Did my uncle see it?
He fucking took the guy out of his pocket and had him fetch something for him.
So then would I not confront my uncle and be like, "What the fuck is that thing?"
No, that's what I'm saying. So he goes, "I'll get my smoke." So he pulls the little, he goes, the guy runs and grabs it and brings it back to him, and he goes back in his pocket. Would you say anything to him?
Yeah, I'd be like, "Uncle, where did you get this fucking
What do you mean, huh? That's what he says.
So my uncle's just a fucking asshole who denies it.
Yeah, you say it to me and I'll be your uncle.
Where did you get...
Shut up.
Where did you...
Shut the fuck up, shut up.
Okay,
Shut up.
I don't like you, uncle.
No, shut up.
I'm calling the police. Leave my house. Leave my house. I would grab my gun and kill him.
Hello, Christopher, this is your mother. Why do you have this gun aimed at your uncle?
Why does my mom sound so American?
I must know, Christopher. What? This is a very tense situation.
My mom sounds more like, "Hello."
I don't sound like that now because I'm so freaked out by the fact that you have a gun aimed at your uncle. Explain yourself at once, Christopher.
At this point, I would just leave. I would just walk out.
Feel like you were
really
dying
angry.
at that point.
Would you ever talk to your family again?
No, I'd be like, "You're fucking all just creepy fucking witches or something."
Your mom didn't do anything. She came in. She saw you at a gun
She's standing up for my uncle rather than her own son.
The only thing she saw, she walked in the room. She saw you had a gun pointed at him.
Yeah, and I can't say shit to her.
You can. You
Also, you're interrupting me like he was, so fuck you two.
Well, she just walked in and saw that you had an armed, a weapon, a loaded weapon.
Yeah, and I tried explaining to her.
No,
and
you
she
didn't.
Yes,
you didn't engage with your mother. I was your mother, and you didn't talk to me.
Okay, mother, I'll engage with you if you lower your voice just a bit.
Okay, why do you have a gun pointed at your uncle?
Uncle. Fuck! That's the third fucking time.
The language is very much not appreciated, Christopher.
Okay, I'd be like, "Mom,
If this is mommy.
Uncle Boristimus brought in a fucking weird little creature, man,
No,
and I don't feel comfortable."
Bullshit, no.
And he's interrupting.
Have you ever had a weird little? He's saying he's never had a weird little creature. You're losing it.
He's interrupting me, and he's...
No, shut up.
Okay, Mom, listen to this.
No.
Just listen. Are you listening?
You have a gun and you're just talking about a weird little creature?
No.
Mom, if you're not gonna I'm just gonna walk out. I don't need to actually be here right now. I've got work to do.
And then as you're talking, you hear him going, "Oh!" You
He's
see
fucking
the little,
my mom.
No, he's fucking the little man. the little man is crawled on top.
Can
of
I
this thing
run
called-
in and grab the little man?
No, he goes and he scurries away.
So what you're saying is he slips out of your hands like a wet slug, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he slips between your fingers.
Okay.
And your uncle points and laughs, and I'll laugh. He's never made this face before. he looks and he goes, "You're gonna wake up tomorrow and see the curse I just put on you,
The green curse.
the green curse."
You wake up the next day and there's a runic
You wake up the next
inscription on
day,
your palm.
and everything is 1% more green.
For the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Until I'm eventually BG green?
Yes. No. Everything is just the same amount. It doesn't get greener. Just everything is just 1% more green.
For one day.
No, for the rest until you're dead.
So until I die, it's just 1% more green. Everything is.
Yeah, everything in your whole life.
That's kind of annoying.
Except for all the greens are 1% less green. All the real greens are 1% less
So
green.
you just go a little bit
What are
red-green
they?
colorblind? Is that what you're saying?
Are they more green or more red or more gray or more blue?
Whatever less green would be.
Red.
Yeah, they're less. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're 1% more red if that's the case, but everything else is 1% more green.
I don't. It's not that bad.
Would you ever go to Thanksgiving again?
No.
If your uncle put a witch's curse on you?
I don't go to Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, you guys don't have voting in Ireland.
Yes,
so
we
you
do.
You don't get to thank anything for it.
We get to thank each other every day that we're not smelly Americans.
That just sounds masturbatory.
So does it being American.
I don't know. We had to steal a whole country.
You got to steal a whole country.
Yeah, we stole it. Finders keepers.
That's
Chris.
true.
Chris, this is a really sick hypothetical. It's a
He
really.
didn't fucking touch me.
He fucking kicked you in the skull, you idiot.
This is a sick hypothetical. But
Yeah.
what would you do
Yeah.
if you met the most beautiful girl of all time ever, and you knew her for like 2 years,
Yeah.
and you loved her,
Yeah.
and one night before bed, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get ready for bed, silly," and she pulled out her glass eyes and she took a wig off and she took her fingertips off. Like
Fingertips. That's
yeah,
disgusting,
she
Zach.
started pulling herself apart very casually, putting it all her dresser.
Yeah.
And she was like this weird little bird victim. She wasn't a bird. She just looked like a potato head.
God damn it. Okay, first of all, I would say you lied to me this whole time.
She said no.
Then I would just walk out. Everything you say, I would just walk out. There's.
All right, how about this? Different hypothetical. Same scenario, except she sits you down and she says, "Look, I didn't want to scare you away. I feel like this is getting pretty serious, so I should be honest with you." She fucking bends backwards and she has a little fucking brain thing in her belly, like Krang.
Great.
Yeah, you know Ninja Turtles? You know
Yeah,
Krang,
yeah.
the little brain guy, and he's. What if she was a Krang monster, but she was piloting like a really hot girl?
I'd try to have sex with Krang.
What if you're fucking this beautiful girl?
What if the only
different
difference?
scenario but slightly similar? You're fucking a beautiful girl from behind, and you go, "I'm gonna come," and the little creature pulls his head out of her hands and goes, like it wants you to come in its mouth. It's going, it's sticking its tongue out. What would
Like
you
the
do?
little alien from Men in Black?
Yeah, what would you? Yeah, it's going, it's waiting for it. Would you shove your cock in its mouth, or would you?
Well, do I know about it?
no, you've just seen it for the first time.
I'd pull away and probably get sick, and then
She scolds. She goes, "I told you not to be greedy." He goes, "I'm sorry." And it
I'd
goes,
be like,
it
"What the
recedes-
fuck?"
But it recedes back within her ass.
Her ass. I wouldn't go near it in the first place.
What do you mean?
I'm not into that.
Would you call a scientist?
I'd probably
'Cause
call
it's
her
a
mom
little,
and
it's a
be
little
like,
disembodied alien head sticking its tongue out at you.
I think I would call her family, but then I would also kind of be skeptical that maybe they're aliens too.
They
No,
probably, they
she's not-
almost
she's
definitely
not an
would
alien.
be.
It's just a little different. It's almost like she's hosting the aliens. She's hosting a little alien almost or something.
Now, does the alien control her thoughts?
Oh, all the information you have is you said,
Okay.
"I'm gonna come," and the little head came out. Went,
I was assuming she was a robot or an alien.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
it's like a little pink head comes out of her butt.
okay,
Can you? Yeah, I guess
It's
you could
got
ask her about it.
It's just got two eyes, but they're kind of squinting. And it's
Yeah,
got a tongue
I would
sticking
just
out.
ask, look, will this thing get pregnant if I come? And if she says no, I come in its mouth.
okay.
Would it be really scary if a really scary thought would be this: right when you come, the baby forms immediately, right away, it forms into a little fetus. You have to be scared to pull out before.
Is there anything in nature that does that? Where it doesn't really have to grow for that long?
I mean,
I
like
have no
frogs and
idea.
fish and shit, I would assume.
Tadpoles grow.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, is there anything that kind of like you
it
come
would be, like,
and then a
easy
day
to
later
cover.
it comes out and it's
I'm saying,
done?
like, imagine you come, you go, oh, and
I guess insects
grows.
kind of do that.
yeah. I wonder what the fastest growing thing is.
Yeah, I mean, don't they say like a fly's whole life is a day long?
I think it's like 2 weeks or something. But
That's
yeah.
a fruit fly.
No, I think even they live a good
Not
week or
this
two.
time, you fucking hole.
No!